Happy morning to one and all. Today we are going to discuss the topic about capacity of parties. Capacity of parties is one of the essential element of a valid contract. Let us discuss the topic capacity of parties. According to section 11, in order to be competent to contract, the parties must be of the age of majority and of sound mind and must not be disqualified from contracting by any law to which they are subject. It means that we should do the contract with the major person, we should do the contract with sound mind people, we should do the contract with qualified by the law. So in this case means we should not do the contract with three people. One is minor and one is unsound mind and one is disqualified from by any law. This is the about of according to section 11 says. A contract by a person of unsound mind is void ab initio. If you do a contract with the persons, the contract is void ab initio. It is completely void contract. If one of the parties to the agreement suffers from minority, madness, drunkenness, etc., the agreement is not enforceable at law, except in some cases. For example, M, a person of unsound mind, enters into an agreement with S to sell his house for 2 lakh rupees. It is not a valid contract because M is not competent to contract. Why? Because means here M, a person is unsound mind. That's why it not becomes a valid contract. This is the topic about a capacity of parties meaning. Let us discuss about the topic of minor, unsound mind and disqualified from people. The first one is who is a minor. So everyone knows about minor age is 18 years, but according to law they have some criteria, some of the conditions are there. So let us discuss the topic who is a minor concept. So a minor is a person who has not attained majority. According to section 3 of the Indian Majority Act 1875, a person is deemed to have attained majority as under 3 conditions. So first condition is where a guardian of a minor person or property is appointed under the Guardian and Wards Act on completion of 21 years. So according to the Act of Guardian and Wards Act, if a minor person property is under the guardian should complete 21 years. That is the first condition of the to become a minor age in the first point. And second point, where minor's property has passed under the superintendence of the Court of Wards on completion of 21 years. So if the minor property is under the court, the person of treated as completion of 21 years, he will call as a major until become as a minor. That is the second case. In other cases, it is on completion of 18 years. That is about concept of who is a minor meaning. Let us discuss about next slide. For the next slide discuss about rules regarding minors agreement. So if you do the contract with the minors agreement, so what will be the rules means in the law? The first one is an agreement with or by minor is void. So if you do an agreement with minor is completely void. For example, if a person is there, he was do the contract with 18 years of age of person, it is called as minor. So the person is called minor. So it is not a valid contract. It becomes a void contract. And second one is no ratification. So ratification means is nothing but essentially which is free consent of the person party. If you do a contract is called valid. That is called ratification. So no ratification means if a minor person do a contract in minor, for example, he was put a sign in the promissory note. Okay, after completion of 21 years, the other person who written the document to another person, the another person makes a court of law that he was give the money for the promissory, he keep the sign in the promissory note. So because when he do in the minor age should not be go for the on maintaining of majority. So because it was not valid, because when you make in the minor age of 18 years or 21 years, so when he do any of the promises not in the sign in the 18 years, if the person asks the money in the major person, it cannot be called as a valid contract. It becomes as a no ratification, means it is nothing but an age of attaining of age of majority, who should not do. If a person has the case on him, also cannot be go to the court of law. If the person go to the court of law, it never give the judgment to the other person. That is about of no ratification. And next one is about no estoppel against a minor. A minor is not estopped from setting up of the plea of minority. It is nothing but where an infant represent fraudulent or otherwise that he is of age and thereby induces honor to enter into contract with him. He is an action found in the contract is not estopped setting up infancy. It is nothing but what we call means no estoppel means, so one who do the minor age, one who do the fraud, fraud thing, it is called as a no estoppel, even though cannot give the file on the case of minor. That is the condition of no estoppel against a minor. And next one is liability for torts. Torts means nothing but we call as civil wrong. So if you the person, if a minor person do the civil wrongs like simple like theft, theft, it is like who is theft person, so this is become as a self, this is called as a tort. So if you person do the minor do the these things in the society, so definitely will be punished according to the law. That is about of liability for torts. And no insolvency. No insolvency means is nothing but we cannot be treated as a minor as a no insolvency. No insolvency position is nothing but we can say that assets are high if the liabilities assets are low and liabilities are high, the person is called as insolvency. So according to law, minor cannot be treated as a no insolvency position because he don't have any assets. He only the assets from his parents. So he in the age of major he cannot earn money. So this is called as no insolvency position is not there in the minor agreement. So let us go to the next slide about of minor as a partner. So minor can as a partner. A minor cannot become a partner in a partnership form. According to the section 30 of Indian Partnership Act 1932, with the consent of all the partners from the time being be admitted to the benefits of partnership. In other words, he can share the profits without incurring any personal liability. So for example, if the person want to do a minor as a partner, if you a partnership firm is doing the business, so one of the person has joined as a minor as a partner in the case, so he can act as a partner on the consent. So if all the parties should be consent that we should join the partner, so they give the permission only should join as the partner, until he cannot join the partner. And even though if he join the partner, he never take the responsibility of his liabilities. He only have the profit, he will only share the profits, he never share the losses. That is the part of a minor as a partner. And minor can be an agent. So a minor can act as agent and bind his principal by his act without incurring any personal liability. So minor can be an agent. So in this case we can see that if you do the minor can be agent, so then he was not responsible for the liabilities, only he is responsible for his profits only. And next one is about of minor as a shareholder. So a minor can become a shareholder or member of a company in the cases the shares are fully paid up and the articles association do not prohibit so. So in that time only minor can be a shareholder. That is the point. Next one is about minor cannot bind parents or guardian. It is nothing but if the parents, one minor person is there, for example, think about of the parents have some assets, they purchase assets by taking the loan, for example. Unfortunately the parents has been died. Okay, minor cannot bind the parents act or guardians act. This is the condition of about minor cannot bind parent or guardian. Next one is about of joint contract by minor and adult. So if the minor and adult do the joint contracts, okay, so minor is not responsible for the things which is happened in the business. The adult only is the responsible for the things which is doing their contracts. That is the topic about joint contract by minor and adult. Let us go to the next slide about who is a person of unsound mind. So according to section 12 of the Indian Contract Act, a person is said to be of unsound mind. A person is said to be sound mind for the purpose of making contract if at the time when he makes it is capable, that is to understand terms of contract, to form rational judgment to its effect upon his interest. So if you say the sound mind person, when you say means when he understand the terms of contract. So when he understand the terms of contract, then he is called as a sound mind person. So for example, if a drunken person is there, he was drinking, for example. So he do any agreement means it is not called as a valid contract because he was in unsound mind. So there is a condition about of a who is a person of unsound means we can say this example, right? Let us go to the, we can see the persons of unsound mind are classified into three types. One is lunatics, one is idiots, one is drunkard. So let us discuss about of three points. First one is lunatic. Lunatic means is nothing but that is a person who is mentally deranged due to some mental strain or some personal experience, but who has some lucid intervals of sound mind. So is nothing but when he give the agreement in the sound mind, right? Lunatics means nothing but when he had the mental incapacity. For example, we can say an example, when one of the person is going a road, okay, suddenly he was met in accident. He already do the some contract with the other people. Now he become as a unsound mind. That is called as lunatic because he mentally illness, because suddenly he will get the mind problem. That is about of he called as a lunatics. And next one is about of idiots. Idiot means is nothing but a person who is permanently of unsound mind is called as a idiots. For example, we can say that a mental instability persons who can called as a mental people called as a idiots, that they are part of persons of unsound mind. And next one is called as a drunkards. Drunkards means is nothing but a person who is delirious from fever or he is drunk that he cannot understand the terms of contract. So if your person is drinking something alcohol, so if he drank the alcohol, he never should do the contract because he was in that case he was mentally not been the strong. He was in another another stage. So this is the part of a persons of unsound mind people. Let us move the next slide. So next slide we discuss about the topic of persons disqualified by law. So the persons disqualified by law in four conditions. One is insolvent position, one is convict, one is alien enemy, one is foreign servants and ambassadors. These are the persons disqualified by law. The first one is insolvent people. So we never should do the contract with insolvent people. Insolvent means is nothing but once the assets is be decreasing, the liabilities, the person liabilities was increasing, the person will be treated as insolvent position. So for example, you can say the about of Vijay Mallya, because he become as an insolvent person, right? Because the liabilities was dissolved and assets are dissolved and liabilities are increased. If you do a contract with the insolvent person, if you do the insolvent position a contract, if you do any wrong things, the contract can be not very valid. If you, for example, if a person do a contract with the insolvent person, right? So when he was doing with the insolvent position, unfortunately he do some mistake. Already the court was declared that he was insolvent position. You know that, you don't know that, or you know that. So for example, if you do that one with the contract with the person, so definitely the liable is only by yourself. It is not come to the part of the insolvent person. That is the condition of the insolvent. And next one is called as a convict. Convict is nothing but a person is called a convict during his period of sentence. It is nothing but one who go the prison is called as a convict. So in this case we can say about of a convict, the person disqualified by law. So who are the person went to go for a prison, we should not do the contract because it is already discovered it was not an ethical person, he was doing the wrong things, you know that. So if the person do the contract, you are only liable. Okay, this is the condition of the person's disqualified by law. And next one is called as a alien enemy. alien enemy is nothing but it called as a foreign enemy. So for example, if you take contact with the person who is in the another country, okay, suddenly what happens means war is breaking down. So break the war between the one country to another country. So now it become as the country become as a alien, okay, alien country, they become an alien enemy. So we should not do the contract when there is a declaration of war with the other people. So when you do the contract, it becomes as a persons described by law through because of alien enemy. And next one is about foreign sovereigns and ambassadors. So it is nothing but we should not do the contract with the foreign sovereigns. It is nothing but what it called means if you do a foreigners who are doing the persons who are described by law, it called as a foreigners. So for example, if one person is in the America and one person is India, right? So for example, if they cannot enter the contracts,